Alright, you may have asked why we did that. I'm resetting my spawn to a bed that is now missing or obstructing. So when I kill myself here in a second, you will see how I respawn in this world. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, notice that I am underwater. Quite a bit underwater. And the reason I wanted to show you that is that more than one person has told me, no, it is impossible for me to have spawned way out here away from the land. Apparently this is something that never, ever, ever happens. Okay, entirely too many squid and whatnot around here. Hi there, this is Uncle Troy, by the way, and I'm giving you a world tour of my multiplayer world as seen in version 1.7.3. And that reminds me, if anybody knows how to make the little 1.7.3 appear in the upper left corner of the screen, like it used to in the earlier versions, let me know. I saw someone who was posting videos who had the had that version number there, and he's the only one I've ever seen have that. And I don't know if it's something that he did, you know, afterwards, or if it's, you know, something he found a setting nobody else has found. Maybe he's running a mod nobody else has. I don't know. Anyway, so originally I'd said something about Tech Dolphin had said he had seen something over there where he had spawned, but actually he tells me he spawned on the beach down here, wherever the beach is out here. And he just went up to the top. So let's see what we have up here. The reason I'm giving you this world tour is we have some new subscribers who have subscribed since the last world tour and wouldn't necessarily know when, you know, all there is to see. And particularly welcome Rye01, Rye01, RRRYYYY01, Ryan maybe, not really sure. Anyway, here's Tech Dolphin's first house. He made a wall around it to make it a little more secure. I swear to God, absolutely no lag until I started recording this. And I know my recording software doesn't take up that much. So here is Tech Dolphin in his wonderful storage room, because unlike me, he doesn't like having chests gathered around. I guess we better close that. Upstairs, he has a wonderful house with actual furniture, which I've never bothered to make. Some paintings, which I don't usually bother to make. Nice little bedroom with a double bed. More lag. More lag. I'm beginning to not dislike the lag. And an extra room, which no one ever used. Let's make sure we close up here. And that's Tech Dolphin's original house, built, like he said, right next to where he spawned. But I spawned over in the water. And so does Tech Dolphin. Oh, excuse me, so does El Chico. Hello, Mr. Chicken. Alright, so El Chico went and made his house up here, right between my house and Tech Dolphin's house, and he rolls out the red carpet. And he has made him some very nice chests, lots of beds for everybody, and a nice upstairs, which is not yet finished, and a nice observation place. In fact, he originally had his bed up here just so he could sleep under the stars. Where are we at? He doesn't have a railing up here yet. The last time I was showing off this place, I fell. And as you can see, my house is over there, and Tech Dolphin's house is over there. And I basically told him, you know, just make your house wherever you want to, as long as I can't see it from my house. He doesn't listen too much. Alright, over here we have a standard wheat farm and sugarcane farm, or bamboo, or papyrus, or whatever they're calling it this week. Tech Dolphin made this. And over here we have our portal into the nether with some flaming blocks for ambiance and no safety rails. OSHA is a bad thing, I guess. And we won't take this just yet because we have more to see. Around back here, El Chico decided he would build a mine and immediately started saying, oh, Uncle Troy, oh, Uncle Troy, you've got to come see, you've got to come see. Hello. Is that a breakdown? Is that chicken like trying to lift himself up and failing? Does that chicken even exist? That's not good. Let's see if I can find, yeah, over here. So he made himself a little mine going down. And then he struck, let's see, what did he do? I always go the wrong way. And then he started listening to spider sounds and started hearing lots and lots of spiders. And he knew that cobblestone was part of a natural dungeon. So he decided he had found the world's largest dungeon. And actually what he'd found was one of the spawning areas for my mob trap. And it took me forever to convince him that no, he had not found the world's largest spider dungeon, but instead had found my mob trap. Luckily, I convinced him of that before he started trying to fix it. And I guess he had this blocked off for a reason. Okay, on to my Mr. Spastic Chicken still there. Yes, Mr. Spastic Chicken is still here. Not sure where this goes. Nowhere. Okay. Alrighty, on to my house, where we have loads and loads of sheep, my lovely lava lit driveway, my initials in black wool. Back before I had tons of squids and could easily make black wool, I had to actually go out and attack black sheep. And let me grab my stuff here while I'm thinking of it. Had to put everything away for fear of losing it when I respawned, because I wasn't sure how far away I would respawn from the house. Well, I knew how far away I would respawn from the house, but I didn't know how long it would take me to get back to the house. Alright, good enough. Anyway, this is my house, where we have a general mob trap. Oops. 3 separate mob spawning areas underneath. One directly under here. I swear I had absolutely no lag before I started trying to record. Well, that looked interesting, didn't it? A second mob spawning area over here, and a third mob spawning area over here. Each spawning area can be turned off by clicking that switch, which opens a little hatch and feeds them all into this one little area where they are killed. Looks like we got one ghost skeleton. Ghost skeleton. Now there's your name. And it all comes out here. As well as you say, Uncle Troy, where did those cactus come from? Well, up here we have us a cactus farm. Based very, very roughly on an Ethos design of Ethos Lab. And we'll see that more in a minute. Oops. About the current here. Lag again. Now it looks like we're getting dark. Let's very quickly reset our spawn point, so if I die while I'm explaining all this to you, at least I'll come back to my house. Is it not dark yet? Come on. There we go. Alrighty. Up here on level 3. Up, around, up. We have our unfinished 3rd floor, from which we can see El Chico's house and just the corner of Tech Dolphin's house, and my mushroom farm, which I only made about 4 times bigger than I needed. Now, in my defense, I had to walk about 2.5 Minecraft days before I actually found any mushrooms, or excuse me, any cactus. So I think it's pretty, I was fairly self-restrained, I think, when I started making. And as you can see, even with this pretty, I won't say perfect, but pretty well thought out design, we still end up with most of the cactus drops being destroyed under the cactus. That one made it. Now this row of soil here, dirt, is over the source blocks, because if they're not protected from the elements, they will refreeze and turn into ice and mess up the water currents. And over here you can see the top of the mob thingy, and over in the distance you can see my attempt at a sugarcane farm, which was simply to plant sugar canes everywhere. I do that. And let's see, I had some flaming netherrack up here, figuring if it was sitting on top, it couldn't set the wood on fire. Well, believe me, it can. Alright. Now let's check out the, and all this is at the spawn, and I call this basically the spawn base. Now you may notice we have some obsidian under us. Come on, there we go. And that is because down here we have our portal into the nether, and you notice it's only 2 high and 1 wide, but that's actually because I have stuck a portal in here behind and just closed it in so it looks like that. Let's go to the nether. Ooh. Alright, here we are in the nether, at the nether base, where we have used to have several red mushrooms here, but I think we've gathered them all up. And over here we go to the shortcut to the spider spawner. And this looks pretty what's the word? Safe, mundane, boring. But believe you me, coming down here with a dozen stacks of cobblestone trying to clear a way to the spider base was not at all mundane, boring, or anything like that. Okay, so we have us another portal. Swing through the portal. And here we are at what I call the spider base, which Tech Dolphin set up because you can get to the surface right up there. But over here is the spider base, which is actually a very complicated, very large spider spawner trap, which is already produced. And it's, what's what I'm looking for? Hard to see. But the spawner's up there in midair in the middle of a 9 by 9 by 9 open area, so that any place the spiders try to spawn will succeed. And it spawns up to 4 spiders at a time. And that's pretty much everything there is to see over here at this base. There is a zombie spawner somewhere below us, but I don't have much use for zombies since I have a spider spawner, or excuse me, I have a skeleton spawner trap, which I will show you later. We did not destroy the zombie trap, or the zombie spawner, because we thought maybe Notch will add new uses for feathers, or perhaps Notch will change the drops that zombies make. I think Notch should add a new use for feathers. Good Boulderfist, also known as Jason, he seems to think that they should change what zombies drop. So up here, in the roof, right over the nether base, we're actually inside the nether rack at the roof of the world in the nether. In fact, you can see bedrock right above us, which I guess if it's above us, it's not bedrock. And over here is ride the rails to the new 1.7 chunks, return minecart when finished. Nobody ever does that, by the way. Now over in the other direction is the future route to the new 1.8 Adventureland chunks. We may or may not do that. We may make another rail, or we may just restart the server. Alright, this starts a rail line, a rail ride, which goes 256 blocks in the nether, which means it goes approximately 2,048 blocks in the real world. And since I don't think any of us ever got that far out, then these are new chunks which were generated since the 1.7 update. All the other chunks were, I think we restarted the server last when the 1.6 update came out. So all those chunks are 1.6 chunks. Notice I am putting my minecart away. So here we go to what I call Blood Gulch Outpost number 1. And it has a lovely green cobble walkway out to the main gate, and over here to the ceremonial pool. I'm not sure exactly what it's good for yet. And over here we have the gate to the outside, which is lined with snow, more green cobble, and then it kind of ends because we really haven't decided what we're going to do out here. Here we have a fake portal I made. I think for my 500th channel view, or my 5,000th video view, or my 5th subscriber. I forget which one I was celebrating. But inside the base, we have our real portal, some storage containers, the hallway of doom, more lag, El Chico's bedroom, my bedroom, a nice view of the squid pond and the surrounding area. If we go upstairs, we see Tech Dolphin's room, or Tech Dolphin's lookout of doom, which isn't much of a lookout, but yes. He finally found a green record. Which I like much better. I finally found the yellow record, or golden music disc, or whatever it's called. I don't like it much at all. It's just scary ambient noises. Downstairs we have don't look over there yet. We have the Mushroom Farm of Doom, which I hope has no monsters in it. No. Which, as you see, we have mushrooms on the top tiers, and we just crashed. Stand by. Alrighty, that didn't work. Okay, and we're back. Anyway, we have mushrooms in the top tiers here, which spread into the bottom tiers. Please pay no attention to the torch there. It's just there to give you all a little extra light. And then the water uproots the mushrooms and washes them down here for easy collection. And even with the door closed, you can still pick up the mushrooms. And of course, you don't need the torch there. That's just there for More light for y'all, I know that nobody likes. Very important to this, you must remember to turn the water off when you are finished. But so far we've gathered, quite a few mushrooms. Mostly red right now because we're trying to catch up. And as you can see, we've about caught up, so where'd he go? Alrighty, now it's time for another minecart ride. Minecart ride of noon to free arrows and bones. And this takes us to what I call the skeleton base. If you look to the, is it right or left? Left. There's the original portal where we came in from the nether into this area. Whee! Lots of fun here. Alrighty, here we have, these don't do anything except keep water from washing our tracks away if it's accidentally spilled down here. Oops, shouldn't have done that. I just put out my disposal unit. Anyway, here is our skeleton spawner trap. There's a skeleton spawner right up there. You can push the button to flush a little extra water through if you think a skeleton's hung somewhere. Oops. Should have left them above. And it also sorts out all mobs from only skeletons. And you may ask how it does that. Well, if you follow this redstone around to the back here, you will discover a general mob spawning area. Lots and lots of open darkness spawning area. Oops. And over here we have a piston which, when retracted, allows water to flow here and over a lava trap. So most of the tall mobs, when they're flowing over here, will swim across the lava trap unless you go back over here and flip that lever, which extends the piston and cuts off the water and allows the mobs to drown, or actually fall to their death. Down here we have what was going to be our slime spawning area, but as you can see, we just kept hitting lava no matter which direction we went, and plus no slimes ever seemed to spawn around here. Plus El Chico doesn't like my little recessed lighting. He says it's reminds him too much of school. And then somebody said this really needs to be 5 high for maximum slime spawns, which strikes me as odd because all the caves I've seen slime spawning in, none of them have been 5 high. There's one of our general mobs spawning. So up here we have more storage, including, yes, a golden music disc. Which, as I said, I don't care much for. Don't need bones, don't need that. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go back to, oops, that wasn't intended. Let's go back to the outpost base, and I will show you the one last thing I need to show you for this little video, and then our world tour will be complete. It took a lot of time and a lot of messing with this track to get the exact boost in the right places. I was always wanting to stall just before it got to the next thing. So over here we have Mineshaft of Doom, filming for YouTube, do not enter. And actually I finished filming that section. Let's see. Whoa! Okay. The original plan was to dig all the way down to bedrock. That's generally what I do when I try to set up a branch mine, but instead I kept hitting lava, so I ended up going and exploring what I call the mushroom caverns. Lots and lots and lots and lots of mushrooms. Now eventually I managed to clear out all of the mushroom caverns, and which was a surprise to me, let me tell you, because I thought that was never going to end. And I even set me up a little base here and set me up a little place where I could grow trees. And most of the trees that grow here for some reason are exactly 5 blocks high and have invisible leaves. You can't see them, you can't tell when you're hitting them, but if you leave them alone, saplings will drop out of thin air and you can collect them to replant your trees. But the main thing I'm working on right now is the branch mine, where I dig about a 3x3 tunnel, and every 4 spaces or so I dig about, I think, 32 spaces down. And 32 is just because I put a torch every 4 spaces, and 8 is a nice round number. And I found quite a bit of lava, but most of it's down here on this level, so I can just pour a little water and be done with it. And I found quite a bit of diamonds, quite a bit of iron, and enough diamonds that even though I'm using my diamond pick mostly, I still managed to come out ahead. Okay, and that's about all I can think of to talk about today. As I said, this is Uncle Troy showing you my world tour for Minecraft 1.7.3. I expect when 1.8 comes out, we'll probably abandon these bases and move to new chunks or just start over on the server. Once again, I'd like to welcome our new subscriber Rye01, Rye01, Ryan. Don't really know how you pronounce that. RRRYYYY01, who is quite young and has brought our average age of subscribers down from too young to drink beer down to too young to vote. So naturally I feel very, very old because I am way over double the average age of my subscribers. Anyway, this is Uncle Troy signing off. I hope you had a good night, and I hope you enjoyed our little world tour, and I will see you next time. Bye!